Welcome to week 17 of Against the Spread. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Last week, Cam, you just edged out a victory on me. I was 8-8. You were 9-7. We both got screwed a little bit. The Vikings did not live up to the hype. I told you not to trust Kirk Cousins, but you keep going back to the well, Cam. Explain yourself.
Yeah, I do. A lot of things happen too, Drew, like the Washington, this COVID stuff. I'm telling you, it's basically you're throwing darts.
Oh.
We're taping this stuff at the start of the week. Do you get a good number or a bad number? I thought I was going to actually lose with the Bears. Like, here comes Nick Foles, but he actually had one good drive, and it ended up, and then they get the 2-point conversion for an outright win. So, yeah, no, this stuff is tough, guys, and you know this, Drew. Like, you got to be very careful. Like, even me, for units, like games that you love, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, having a plan B, more money line parlays because It's hard. Like, and the thing is, like, you want to be sitting there and there's nothing you can do about this stuff. But now the rules have changed, 10 days to 5, and that really helps a team like the Indianapolis Colts this week. They probably would have had to start. Actually, they would have had to start rookie Sam Ehlinger. Wentz might play if he can get through.
Right.
He might play.
We'll see. He still needs to be asymptomatic, which we don't know if he is. So
Yeah,
I will say, though,
too,
the biggest screw job last weekend for us was the Ravens. They were plus 2.5 on the Tuesday show. They finished at it was plus 11 by game day because they had I don't remember who their starting quarterback was. Oh, Josh Johnson. That was just
off the street.
Yeah, it was just
didn't I have the Bengals last week?
No, you did, but I had the Ravens.
Okay.
I had the Ravens.
The Ravens. So, I'm like, what's this guy doing to me? Okay, I know you're right, Drew.
I got absolutely screwed. So
you got hooped in that game. I apologize. That's not fair.
All right, let's start week 17. Tommy Tiebreaker once again 5-2, so he's just killing it.
He's doing the show. We're fired.
Anytime he's breaking a
You're
tie,
fired.
Watch for Tom. That's it.
Yeah, here we go, guys. Yeah, Tom's the man. Me and Drew, we're gone. Maybe we'll come out with a hockey show or something next year. But Tom is the NFL boss. Just listen to him.
We'll hit the links with our matching golf shirts.
Yeah, exactly. 4. Yeah, me, you, and Tiger Woods' kid. That kid's gonna have to give us 9 aside, Drew. He's really good.
More than that, man. More than
Actually, how about 15 aside? Yeah. 30 strokes, please.
All right, New England hosting Jacksonville, Cam. No Thursday night game this week. Everyone starts on Sunday.
This is where we're starting? I haven't even had breakfast.
Yeah,
this game sucks.
This is the breakfast. It's good for you, Cam. It's all part of a good breakfast. Trevor Lawrence, not a good quarterback, apparently. He's just playing terrible all year. I thought they were going to easily beat the Jets with all their COVID stuff, but I was completely wrong, and he blew it at the end. I thought he had it. I had a underdog parlay going, Cam. I needed the Jags to win, and then he threw 2 terrible passes to blow it. Give me the Patriots to blow them out here. I think Belichick's angry after 2 back-to-back losses, and they want to stay alive in this division race despite it being very slim chances. I'll take the Patriots minus 15.5.
Yeah, I'm going to, as we say, disclaimer, like if you're betting like tons of money, real money with this game, I don't know, man, because it's a lot to ask New England. New England's going to win the game, Drew. The question is, are they going to win by 16 or more? And I think it's going to be probably pretty close to that number, but I'm actually going to take Jacksonville on the spread, maybe to lose by 2 touchdowns. The one thing that they did against the Jets game, and it was brutal, Drew, you actually did get jobbed in that game because they moved the ball at will. Like they were marching up and down the field and doing it quickly too. So
they just couldn't score.
Yeah, that's the thing. The offense was coming around, but they pulled the old Atlanta Falcon. Can't get it done. Moving in between the 20s, not in the red zone. Couple improvements. I think they can cover the number. You know what, Drew? I think New England wins by like 13, 14. I think Jacksonville covers, loses the game. So give me the Jaguars. Probably a horrible, stupid pick, but that's where I'm going. So Tom's got answers. We'll get him on the show nice and early.
Yeah. Tommy Tiebreaker can kick us off. The game 1 of the slate. Tell us why you hate Bill Belichick, Tom.
Yeah, I do. I hate him a lot. I'm going to go with Jacksonville here. I think I think Cammy just nailed it. It's going to be 13, 14. I think 15.5 is just too much. I don't think they'll win by 16. Their offense is kind of treading a little bit of water right now. Defense is great. They're going to silence Jacksonville, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to put up that prolific point total they were putting up mid-season. I think they've come back to that. I think there's been a slight correction for New England, and I think that'll show against Jacksonville. They'll win by 13.
You guys really have faith in Jacksonville.
Not really. No, we said they're going to literally it's right on the number. And by the way, Drew, before we end this thing, Tom's got to bring out that guitar and shred. Maybe when he gives a pick, maybe like a solo.
He was supposed to make us a theme song, but I don't know what happened with that.
That ship sailed 13 weeks ago.
Yeah, that ship sailed. I will say, Cam, funny enough, favorites have covered more games than underdogs for 4 straight weeks. I don't know what's going on in the NFL, so keep that in mind as the show goes on. All right, the Philadelphia Eagles going to Washington to take on the football team, laying 3.5 on the road. Cam, you can start this one. Do you go back to the well with Washington, or are they done?
This is a horrible game, and this game is going to go one of 2 ways. Washington's going to cover, or they're going to get blown out because I'm not sure what happened last week, Drew. Apparently, some people thinking they quit. Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron was dropping more F-bombs. Like, it was crazy. You hear his press conference, I was just like, wow, Ron. Like, he was pissed off. Like, people talking about this team quitting. They ran into a hot Dallas team that just murdered them. This is a divisional game. There's two sides to Philadelphia, too, if people know. They were horrible in the first half against the Giants, and then they flicked a switch. Maybe that's a sign of a good team. The Eagles are playing better. Sanders is out. You know what they do, Drew? They're a weird team. They actually really don't even have a game plan. Jalen Hurts just kind of throws up the ball and it works, or they get a pass interference call. It's been working for them all year. But I'm going to have to take the points with the football team. This game is very difficult as well. Like, people think the NFL is easy. It's not easy. And if you're saying it's easy, send me a note and tell me what you're betting.
Yeah,
I'll take Washington. I'll take the 3.5. I think the Eagles squeak out a field goal win. But this game, it's also interesting, Drew. Reverse line movement.
Yep,
that's
reverse
another
line
thing
movement
that I look at, and a lot of the public on the Eagles as well. So I'm going to take a shot with a bounce back with Washington.
I will as well go with Washington here, just because, I mean, if people are acting like Philadelphia is a crazy good football team, they're a playoff team, yada, yada.
They're all right.
They're probably not making the playoffs still. Let's be honest. They got Washington and Dallas to end the season. They could go 0-2, and Washington could easily win this football game. Let's not act like it's crazy and out of the realm of possibility. And Jake Fromm was 6 for 17 for 25 yards in that first half, Cam. That helped the Eagles a lot, because if they had a competent quarterback on the other side, the Giants could have been up at half the way the Eagles were playing. So, I mean, Jake Fromm's career is probably over now after that performance, because it's going to be Glennon again. But, yeah, I'll go with Washington.
Wasn't Glennon's like first pass like a pick too? Like, they got real problems.
Yeah, it's not going well, but they're fine. They want losses over there in New York. All right, we both agree. Washington. Now, Tampa Bay, they covered a big number against Carolina last week. Can they cover a big one against the Jets this week? 74% of the public on them, minus 13. I'm going to
starting now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the favorites, because they big numbers have been covering besides the Chargers last week. So give me Tom Brady to try and get back in the higher seed in the NFC. I will take the Bucks, because I don't see how Zach Wilson moves the ball the same way I didn't see how Sam Darnold moved the ball last week. So give me Tampa.
These games are giving me, they're making me sick.
They're no good games.
Like, what a horrible way to start. Jacksonville, New England, Tampa Bay Jets. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I'll take Tampa Bay. I hate it too. Like, 13-point home dog. That's just against everything that I agree.
Yeah.
Public all over Tampa Bay. But how do you back the Jets? They're just a horrible team. Are they going to lay over and die? Probably in this game. It's going to be right around the number. I don't think, like, the thing about Tampa Bay, though, is they still got some issues, too. Like, Carolina just couldn't exploit their weaknesses because their offense sucks. But
and the Jets?
The Jets are horrible. Yeah, no, Zach Wilson, that's the thing. Like, they can move the ball. He'll make a mistake. Give me Tampa Bay minus 13. But what a horrible card to start.
I think Tampa Bay could be one of those games where this could be like 31-0. Like, if you have an alternate team total for the Jets, go under 6.5 or whatever it is. Like, I'm
actually, you know what I like? The under in the game too. Like,
100%.
I'm kind of leaning that way, because I think Tampa Bay scores like 31 and the Jets get like 10, like something along those lines.
I agree. I don't think the Jets score more than 10 points in this game. All right, the Dolphins, the red-hot Dolphins, winners of 7 straight, Cam. First team in NFL history to lose 7 straight and then win 7 straight. It hasn't been the absolute gauntlet of teams, but still, it's impressive. You have to give them some credit. They're in the playoffs, and they're going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Titans are laying 3.5 at home. The last time Tennessee won back-to-back AFC South championships, Cam, do you know when that was?
That would have been like Steve McNair era.
It was an AFL. It was
sorry, even older.
Yeah,
the Bum Phillips era.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. So if they win this game against Miami, though, they clinch it for the second straight season. You can start this one. Do you go with the Red Hot Dolphins or the Titans?
I don't know what to do with this game. It was off the board. Titans 3.5. Is Derrick Henry coming back?
No, next week they said.
Okay, I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans. They showed me a lot in that game against San Francisco. They just grinded out a win, and it was impressive. I'd rather get these guys as a dog. And, but the thing about Miami, too, they're good. Their defense is really good, but they're doing it against Ian Book and guys like give me a break.
I know.
Miami's hot. We were all on them last week, but I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I just think Vrabel always has these guys ready to play, and the thing is, they make great in-game adjustments. If you look at that team, San Francisco was absolutely slapping those guys around and smoking them, and then A.J. Brown's back. They do enough. The thing is, they're a bend don't break type of team. I think they can win by 4+, but it's a very hard game, as I said on every game so far.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been an easy
Like,
game
tell me
yet.
an easy game. I don't see one.
I'm going to go with Miami just because I think Miami has better corners than San Fran, which means they can take A.J. Brown out of the game, and then Tennessee's relying on Deontay Foreman as their lead running back without Henry back. And I think Miami can keep this close. They might lose this game, but I think it stays within the 3 points. So I got to go with the team that's won 7 straight. They're hot, Cam. I can't. It's like roulette. When you hit red 7 times in a row, you don't go black. You ride the wave, right?
Ride the streak. Yeah, you're right. I might change my pick later, but that will determine.
All right.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
Tommy tiebreaker. Who you going with?
I think week 17 is the perfect week to jump off the Miami Dolphins bandwagon. Tennessee Titans look good. They're a tough team to play. This will be the first real test in 7 weeks for Miami. They've beaten who? The Jets twice, the Giants, the Falcons, the Panthers. They've beaten no one. So this is the first real test. This is a real football team. Let's see if they're a playoff team. I don't believe that they are. And I think the Tennessee Titans are about as good of a team in the AFC as they come. So I think that they put a nice lick in here on Miami, beat them by a touchdown. And we all come back to earth and start acknowledging that this team and that win streak was a little inflated.
Oh, fair. All right. So you guys are both against Livingstone yet again, as usual. All
That's
right.
what the Stewarts do. We're bullies, Drew.
The Raiders going to Indianapolis, Cam, to take on the Colts.
Yeah.
Right now, outside chance Carson Wentz plays. It's now 5 days instead of 10. Funny how they switched the rules to screw the Raiders again.
Honest to God, like if there's any team that you need, great point. Like any team that you need to help, it's the Raiders. Like with all the things that have happened this year, like the rest of the guys on the team, they get an A+ for just not tanking. Like this has been a fantastic story. Like I'm actually got a lot of respect for the Raiders. Like they're winning, they're grinding out wins and stuff. Let's remember one thing, Drew. I'm going to take it's 8.5. What am I getting? 6.5? I wish I got 7. Okay. 6.5. Damn, I wish I got that hook. At 7, because you play for a push, because it's going to be right around there. John Madden passed away. For people that don't know, John Madden was a legendary Raider, not just a broadcaster that I grew up with. And him and Summerall, one of the best in the business. For anybody who hasn't seen the clips, absolutely hilarious stuff. Those guys were legendary, and Summerall did all sports. But Madden, he was a great football man. The Madden football game, the popularity, he's part of the reason the NFL is where it is. I think the Raiders, this is a rallying point. I know that sounds like he is Mr. Raider, and I think they show up in this game. Colts, you better watch out. That was the thing. Arizona killed themselves in that game. They made a lot of mistakes. So I think the Colts could squeak out a win, but it's not going to be easy. The Raiders can kind of smell it. And I'm going to take the 6.5 points with the dog.
Yeah, Cam, I'm going to agree with you just because the whole Madden thing, yet again, the COVID stuff screwing them. They moved the Cleveland game just to help Cleveland against the Raiders just because they didn't do it all year, but all of a sudden, we're going to do it because it's
You're right. Why do they hate the Raiders for? These guys, they're not getting a fair shake.
They got something out against them, and now they're changing the rules on the week that it matters for the Colts because they don't want the Colts losing this game. But, I mean, Carson Wentz, is he asymptomatic? I haven't heard anything yet, so he may not play. And as of right now, I'm going to say it's 50-50, which means 50% chance Sam Ehlinger is starting quarterback for Indianapolis. And that means the Raiders probably favorite if that happens. So I will take –
No, it'll be Colts 3 if he starts.
I mean, it'll just be a lot of Jonathan Taylor is what it will be. But,
yes,
I will take Vegas plus 6.5. I would like it if it was 7.5 or 8. But – we got to go.
Me too, Drew. I'd like it if it was 14, but unfortunately, we're not going to get that.
All right, Cam. The Chiefs, you've backed them all season, it seems like, and they keep covering. Well, they don't keep covering, but they're covering when you bet on them usually. The Bengals, you were on that right side last week. Do the Bengals continue that trend of Burrow throwing over 500 yards against the Ravens? That was a crazy performance by Joe. The Chiefs laying 5 on the road. I'll start this one. I'm going Kansas City. I think the Bengals lay an egg. I don't think they have what it takes to win this division, and because of that, I think the Chiefs smoke them. Where are you going?
Wow, that's really that's what you're saying. This team, come on now. I don't care if it was Josh Johnson. The Bengals are playing football. They're winning games that they're supposed to win, Drew. I'm actually going to say this is one of my favorite games of the week. Kansas City, everyone's on them now. Now they go into Cincinnati. I think they lose this game outright. How's that for a statement? I'll take the 5 am I getting 5, 5.5, whatever? I'll sprinkle on the money line, but I like Cincinnati, and I think they actually, this is the thing. Kansas City, now you got to take your show on the road. I get it. You're 4-2 ATS on the road, but I prefer them at Arrowhead. And I'm going to tell you something. The Bengals, these guys are not screwing around. They have an underrated defense. Joe Mixon's getting it done. Burrow is on fire. Give me the 5 points with those pesky cats, the Cincinnati Bengals. Not meow, meow. That's what it is, Drew. That's a Bengal. That's a mean cat.
Cam, the Bengals have lost too many games where they should have won for me this year, which means I just think they lose this game. And
Kansas City's awesome, but I don't know. I like that home dog.
It's only 5. If it was 7, I would probably go Bengals, but I don't know.
Yes,
So you think the Bengals are going to be AFC North champions? If you had to pick right now, there's
guaranteed. Why? You think the Ravens
guaranteed?
Are? Yeah. What about the Ravens? They got
I
problems.
think it could even be the Steelers. Who knows?
No,
even Cleveland, if Cleveland wins this week.
Steelers are going nowhere, buddy. Come on, get real.
Saying, that division's a mess. Who knows right now? I will go KC. Tommy tiebreaker. You going with?
I'm going to go with you, Drew. I think Kansas City's playing football the way that we thought they were going to be playing at the beginning of the season. They're doing it at the end of the season. They're getting hot at the right time, and I think again, Cincinnati. We're going to see that they're clearly a year or two behind Kansas City in terms of their development, in terms of their window to win. And Kansas City is very much in their win now phase. I think that'll be on display in this game. Cincinnati, a great football team. They're going to make some noise, hopefully win a game in the playoffs. But I don't think that they're at that level yet to be taking them up even at +5 against Kansas City. I think the Chiefs are just too good, and they're playing too good a football right now, even when they don't have anyone in the lineup. So with a healthy Chiefs team, I think they do easy work with the Bengals. Regroup for Week 18, and hopefully they can make a push and get in there through the division championship. But I think this is the Chiefs game to win for sure by a touchdown.
I do love the over in this football game, Cam. 49.5. I think since he can score 20 themselves, which means I only need 30 from KC.
Since he's going to get probably 28 themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But it's possible.
31.
And let's not forget, Josh Johnson did move the ball decently against Cincinnati last week. I mean, they did put up 21 points still, Cam.
Good point. Excellent point.
The Giants, coming off of Jake Fromm's debut and unreal performance, going to Chicago to take on the Bears, Cam, and they're getting 6 points. The Bears are 6-point favorites at home. They've lost their last 6 road games their last 3 home road games by 16 points on average, Cam. I just don't think the Giants have it in them. Where are you going on this one?
It's really hard to lay 6 with the Bears. Nick Foles actually didn't even play that good. They had a couple drives. Like the Bears defense made a couple plays. I got to hand it to the Bears though. Like going into Seattle, like they didn't quit. Nagy's a lame duck coach, and they actually showed up. And the fact that
Seattle's a joke, Cam. Don't be impressed by that. Seattle's a joke.
Yeah. So yes, they are. They're a very big joke. But anyway, I can't even take the points with the Giants because of their quarterback situation. That's the thing. Is Fields starting? Is it going to be Foles again? One thing know what I love about Lucky Nick? He always plays one good enough game to get that contract. He'll always linger and get money. He's a smart guy. He'll put 1 or 2 drives together and go, GM's like, maybe Nick Foles can be our second, third string quarterback. Anyway, I'm going to take the Chicago Bears to win this game by 10 points, and they'll cover the 6. But again, if that's a toilet bowl, sewage bowl, this game could be this could be the worst game on the schedule. At least those other games, New England's a pretty good team, and Tampa Bay. This game, both teams suck.
I think since they said ownership came out and said Joe Judge will be back and so will Daniel Jones, I think they've
not a good idea.
Like, hey guys, throw the next 2 games. We want a higher draft pick, which means the Giants are not even going to be trying in this football game. So give me Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears to easily cover this number. And DraftKings players out there, Nick Foles always has an amazing game, like Cam said. And that one year he threw 7 touchdowns and won someone $1 million. If you're playing DFS, he's probably like $4,000.
Yes.
Give me Nick Foles all day in my lineups. All right, Cam. The Buffalo Bills hosting the Atlanta Falcons, laying 14.5 at home, coming off their huge victory over the Patriots, Cam. Everyone and their brother were on New England. We told people on the show that Buffalo was going to win the game outright, and we were right. And can Atlanta keep up with Buffalo? I don't think so. Give me the Bills, minus 14.5 in the cold weather. Atlanta should have lost to Detroit last week, Cam. They played terrible. I mean, if Detroit had Jared Goff, they easily win that game, probably by 10 points. So I think this is an easy pick. What about you?
Where are we getting this? 14 or 14.5?
14.5.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll still take Buffalo. I don't like that 14.5, but yeah, you're right. Atlanta's a horrible football team. They should have lost to Detroit. The thing about Buffalo is, can you run up the score? They've been actually really disappointing in elements at home. If it's a nice day, I'd even prefer it more, but Matt Ryan might be coming. I hate to say it, like he's doing Tide commercials. He might be coming back in a body bag. So he's going to be doing commercials for funeral homes. I don't know what's happening with Buffalo, but if they're motivated in this game, they should be able to beat Atlanta by like 24 points. You cover the number. I'll take Buffalo Bill. You're right, Drew. We were on him last week. A huge game for me. In my fantasy leagues, in the pool, we do a game of the week where we pick one game against the spread, and it gave me first place. So I'm waiting for that check from my buddy Vince. Send the money. You know, I'm an old guy. Send the check. Maybe he'll send an e-transfer. Give me Buffalo Bill. Let's roll.
And Cam, I think blood's in the water for Buffalo now. They know they have to win the last 2 weeks. So
it's a good point. But are they going to win by 15, Drew? That's the whole question.
They should. They should. If you're a real contender, you should be able to beat Atlanta by 14.5 points. So
they should be able to beat Atlanta. Yeah. So by Yeah, they should win this game by between 23 and 28 points. Like, they should kill them a touchdown a quarter if they want to lay it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, kill them.
Cam, the Baltimore Ravens at home against the LA Rams. 80% of the public are on the Rams here, laying 3.5. And Cam, anytime we see this, the alarms go off. Lamar probably back. It's still not confirmed. If not, Huntley will be back. The Rams have been disappointing in spots this year, Cam. Where are you going?
You know what, Drew? You said everything that I want to say about this game. People are leaving Baltimore for dead. They didn't have a chance in that game against Cincinnati. You're hiring quarterbacks off the street. What have the Rams done? They've really played like junk against Seattle. They got all the calls in that game. Against Minnesota, Minnesota killed themselves. They didn't really do anything. Matt Stafford is a turnover machine.
Stafford played terribly against
Minnesota. Are you checking the stats? Matt Stafford is like, people are like, oh, Matt Stafford versus Jared Goff. Are you kidding me? Watch Stafford play. The guy's like turning into Matt Ryan, like overnight. It's unbelievable. Backpedaling, making bad mistakes. Give me the damn Ravens. Give me the Birds, plus 3.5 in this spot. I think it's a huge game for Baltimore. They understand Kansas City and Cincinnati. That's a big game for them. And I'm on Cincinnati, but you guys, most logical people, are thinking that KC's going to win that game. Baltimore understands this is their mini Super Bowl. Give me the 3.5 points.
Cam, I don't want to do it, but I'm with you. I'm on Baltimore here because
why don't you want to do it?
Because I know the Rams are a better football team at
they
every
are,
position.
But it doesn't matter. It's week to week. Desperate Raven.
We know
they're coming at you.
We know the way the NFL works. They're going to see everyone betting on the Rams. The Rams are coming to lay an egg. And that's the way it works. So everyone in the comments can roast us for picking the Ravens after.
I don't care. We get roasted all the time.
We got Tommy Tiebreaker shaking his head.
Yeah,
Tommy the best bet then, Tom.
Yeah, so send all nice comments to Tom. Tom, take it away.
All right, Tom. We'll see. When you get to your best bets, we'll see what happens. All right.
Oh, yeah, we're on the same side. Sorry, Tom. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later. San Francisco laying 12.5 at home against Houston. Houston coming off a huge win over the Chargers last week.
What a disgrace. Oh, yeah. I saw our boy Jeff Feinberg with like a video down by the river, like late at night. It was actually, it was something. Some guy tweeted me, goes, "This looks like something out of like a murder mystery." Like it was very spooky and sad. I was watching it. I was like, wow, this guy's like, man, he's got a family. Like I don't know, it's tough. Pick them between the family and the Chargers, Drew. Like you'll even though you love Buffalo Bill, your child is still like number one. I worry about Feinberg sometimes. Sorry, Jeff. I'm just calling it the way it is. Your love for the Chargers is kind of crazy. Anyway,
that was probably the worst performance of the year by a football team.
I got to be honest with you. When and you know what? A lot of people owe Davis Mills an apology. He's been better than all these rookie quarterbacks. Sorry, Lawrence. Sorry, Wilson. Davis. Yes, Drew. With the team third-round draft pick on the Houston Texans, he outperformed Justin Herbert last week. That's fact, Jack. And I'm gonna. Yes, he
did. But it was because Rex Burkhead ran for 150 yards.
Drew won the damn game. They were the biggest dog on the board, and they won outright. Drew, don't talk to me like that. Hey, give Davis Mills some love and respect, or I'm going to get angry. Anyway, give me San Francisco in this game to murder them. This is like Houston had their big little performance. San Francisco heartbreaking loss to Tennessee. But isn't it Trey Lance this week? I think Garoppolo might be hurt.
Garoppolo's probably out.
But Trey Lance might want to have a great game to say, hey, I'm the future type of thing. You know what?
He almost beat Arizona the last time he was out there. He just screwed up in the red zone.
I'm going to take San Francisco and hold my breath.
Yeah,
what about you?
I'm going to go San Fran as well. I think Houston lays an egg after that. I mean, come on, Cam. They're not going to – Rex Burkhead can't run for 150 against San Fran. Like,
Rex Burkhead is like my demise. Every fantasy league, some guys got him as a flex.
And started Burkhead and won the semis because Burkhead got him 25 points. I was like, are you kidding me?
Your buddy's smart. That's what Burkhead does. He has 1 or 2 weeks where he goes nuts. That's what he
absolutely does. Insane. That's not happening this week, Cam. I think San Fran knows they need this win to lock up a playoff spot, and they just absolutely obliterate Houston. So,
yep,
San Fran, like 31-10. Okay, we're on the same side. We're on the same side of here, Cam.
Are we?
Yeah, we are. The Chargers laying 5.5 at home, taking on the Denver Broncos. Cam, I'll go first on this one. I'm giving the Broncos every time here. The Chargers, 32nd ranked run defense. They're going against Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. I think Denver keeps it close just because of those two running backs. So give me Denver plus 5.5.
I disagree. I'm actually going to take the home team off. This is what I like to do. If team lays an egg, worst game of the year, comes back. The line's gone down. I'm going to take the Chargers at 6. I'm going to tell you another thing. Denver's horrible. Their offense with Drew Luck, Teddy Bridgewater.
Their defense is good, though.
But their defense is good. That's the only way they cover in that game if they play a pristine defensive game, which they can, because the Chargers are very disappointing. But after that game, I got to believe Staley and the Lightning Bolts are ready to go. Jeff Feinberg, this one's for you. Your team actually screwed me out of a lot of dough in moneyline parlays. I don't know why I threw the Chargers in.
Damn, you know better than that. Never.
I know, no, Drew. I still make
favorite.
mistakes. I still make rookie gambling mistakes. We've been doing it for a long time. Know what it is? You just click it. It's almost like out of habit. No way they can lose. No way. And then you go back and go, why the hell did I do that? It barely makes it even better. From $500, like $530 something. Like, who cares? Just like, it was stupid to add that game. But you know what? We didn't think the Texans had a chance to win that game outright. Give me the lightning bolts, Tom. I guess you're back on the clock, brother. You got to make a decision.
I don't know, man.
What a horrible game. I told you, tough.
Who are the Chargers week to week? Like they're so inconsistent. They on paper they should destroy Denver, division matchup at home. But I just can't take them. I think that, like what Drew said, they have this like decent defense, and they have a run game that's competent, and they have this complementary pass game. I know hasn't shown its full potential, but it's still there. There's still names there. There's still players there.
The Chargers are living a double life.
Denver beat them outright last time these two played. Yes. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I just don't think the Chargers.
It could be a revenge spot.
Yeah, yeah, that's true too. But the biggest thing for me is that Austin Eckler is going to be back. We saw how Justin Jackson was super effective against Texas, and that still wasn't enough. Could Eckler have been the guy that maybe put up 200 yards and 4 touchdowns and they win that game? Who knows? But I think the Chargers win, but I think it's by field goal. I think this game's close. I think Denver's defense keeps it close. Herbert gets frustrated, and my God, if Denver wins this and both those teams are 8-8, what a finish this is going to be down the stretch for that final.
The NFL would probably like that, more drama.
Well, they're both going to be out of the playoffs if they both go 8-8.
Are the Chargers living the double
there.
life, like the guy who comes home family man and then he leaves the family for a fake business trip and he's at the strip joint with like another wife? Like, I just don't know what these guys are doing. Like, they are not who they are. They're two Chargers.
And they have so much talent on the defensive side too. It doesn't make any sense how bad they are on defense. Like their defensive line is loaded and they can't stop the run. It makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, maybe when Fangio gets fired by Denver, he goes down the road and not down the road, but in the division, goes to the Chargers. Goes
one more point too, and I do shows with other people, and we do a lot of shows. Like all these guys, like it's so funny. All the guys that they like Staley's been horrible coaching the last weeks. I mean,
he could have beat the Chiefs outright if you just take some field goals.
That's the thing, and I know you're looking, and it's not just. People don't understand. It's not about sabermetrics and numbers. There's also situations that are factored into it. Just because something says it's going to work 58% and lose 42% doesn't mean you're going to do it. You have to look at the game, the team you're playing, what you need to do, and the situation. There's a lot of factors that go into this stuff, and people just like, oh yeah, the numbers say do this. Well, the numbers, it's not just about the numbers, man. It's about knowing the game and knowing what you're doing. And him and Stefanski, Stefanski's a moron too. If they just run Chubb the whole game, they beat Green Bay outright instead of letting Baker Mayfield throw. They couldn't stop him. Like, are these guys stupid?
Or John Harbaugh going for 2 on 2
games.
Enough. 2 different games.
Stop. Yeah, you know what, John? Overtime's good sometimes. Play for overtime. God, these guys, man.
They overthink.
Sorry, I had to get off my chest, Drew.
They overthink it sometimes, and people get mad at Mike Vrabel because he kicks field goals. But
I like Mike Vrabel. He's a football man. He gets it.
He does punt too much, but I'll give him.
He does, but he also these other guys make worse decisions than him.
Fair, and he's a winning football coach, so you can't get too mad at him.
Thank you. Right.
Carolina going to New Orleans. Looks like Taysom Hill is back, starting at quarterback for the Saints. So the Saints are laying 6.5 at home. Still in the thick of the playoff race, Cam. Only 1 game back. And the Carolina Panthers are an absolute mess. So give me the Saints to bounce back. Carolina's 0-5 ATS in their last 5 games. I think that goes to 0-6. I think this is an easy pick.
I don't think it's an easy pick at all. I'm going to take the Panthers. I know they were horrible against Tampa Bay, but asking the Saints to win by 7 points, God, I wish Ian Book played again. Carolina would win outright. They're a horrible team.
Would they?
The Saints shouldn't be. Yes, they would. You see that performance versus Miami? It sucked. It was horrible. Like, it was an embarrassment, actually. You know what? I don't care who's quarterback in New Orleans. Asking these guys to win by 7 points, I think is too much to ask. I'll take Carolina in a divisional game. And you know what? They always play the Saints tough in any type of situation. Saints might win this game by 3 or 4. They're not winning by 7. Give me the Panther. Again, I'm a lover of cats this week.
You love the dogs once again. All right, Tommy Tiebreaker, where are you going?
The spread's a little perplexing to me. I don't think that the Saints should be a touchdown favorite against anybody in this league. And Carolina's got a sneakily good defense. This game's going to be an absolute dumpster fire. Smash the under on this 38 points. It's going to be 5-5 here. A couple of safeties.
I don't know, guys.
We're not even scoring touchdowns in this game. It's going to be a snooze fest. But yeah, give me the Panthers plus 6.5.
I love what Tom's saying. He absolutely nailed it. Like, if this game goes over the number, like, it's some kind of rig job. Like, there's no way. It's going to be punt, 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 punt. Carolina's defense is decent too. Tom's right. The thing is,
It's okay.
What?
It's okay. It's not amazing.
It's okay. Yeah, well, and the Saints' offense with Taysom Hill or anybody has sucked. They have looked horrible, Drew. And their defense is getting beat down because they're on the field all the time.
Yeah, but they won't be because you know who's going to snap this week is Alvin Kamara. If you haven't, somehow you made it through. It's going to be a 5-touchdown game for Alvin this week.
Carolina beat them outright earlier in the year when the Saints had all their weapons. So anyway, I'm going with the Saints. I just love this easy game. It's not an easy game. It's the Saints versus Carolina.
Cam, this is an easy game.
Wow, Drew confidence over here. Okay.
I am. It doesn't work for Tom. Maybe it works for me. We'll see. All right. My teddy bear contender, Arizona Cardinals. He's straight. These guys aren't good. I've been saying it all season. They just finally are coming down to where I've said they were. Going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys laying 5.5 at home. This is a huge spread, Cam, for an 11-4 team taking a 10-5 team on. Where are you going? Are you going with Arizona here?
I am. I'm going to take Arizona. Dallas after over their big win. I still think the Cowboys will find a way to get it done, but Arizona's got to stop the bleeding. Kyler Murray, he can move, but there's a problem with this team right now, and they got to get it right. Kingsbury, they need to focus this week. Stop screwing around. I know he's like, hey, the guys can use the cell phones and stuff. It's time to get old school with your team and put these guys in a room and read them the riot act. This is unacceptable right now. And I'll tell you one thing about the Cardinals that I know. They're 7-1 against the spread on the road. They're a better road team than home team. That's fact,
they're also 5-0 ATS as underdogs this season.
Yes, Drew. So give me cheap, the old Cardinal to get it done and cover the number. I'm not sure if they're going to win the game outright, but you're giving me 5.5, and I'll gladly take the points.
Everything in me says to take Dallas. I've been hating on the Cardinals all year, but I just think this is too many points. But Kyler Murray has looked very bad without Hopkins, Cam. It's like without a safety blanket, when he runs out of the pocket, he has no one to toss to. He doesn't trust anybody else. Except for
Ertz. He should go to him and Ertz had a good little connection.
At the beginning of the game, they did, and then he just stopped throwing to him. It didn't make sense.
That's on the coaches.
So, I mean, as long as the Cardinals are still 5-0 ATS as underdogs, I think they keep it close enough. I mean, let's not forget, Dak Prescott was playing poorly until last week against Washington. I mean, he had like 3 straight games with under 2 touchdowns or under 1 touchdown. So it was not great, and now he's back on track because of one Washington game. I don't know. I don't know if I buy it. And this is an important game for Arizona, Cam, so give me the Cards. All right. The Detroit Lions, your Detroit Lions, taking on your.
This is tough. This is like 2 of my kids fighting each other.
This is the Cam Stewart Bowl. You see all those crazy college football bowls? This is the Cam Stewart Bowl. So you can start, Cam. Your Seahawks laying 7 at home. What? You can pick. Tell me why the Lions are going to cover.
I'm actually, Drew. I'm gonna throw you for a loop. I'm taking Seattle -7. Want to know why?
No way.
I just think Detroit. What am I talking about? Hold on here. I got to regroup at the Red Lobster. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to take the Lions.
You need some biscuits or something.
Yeah, I don't know, Drew. Like, the thing is, I like the way Penny's
Who
playing.
in the NFL should Seattle be favored by a touchdown against, Cam?
That's why I'm concerned, Drew. It feels very, very weird.
It opened at 9. I was like 9.
9. Well, that's insanity. A touchdown's a touchdown. You can still get a push, and it's right on the number. It's 7. It's not 7.5. You know what? This is the trick of the week. I'm actually going to take Seattle, and if I'm wrong, then I need to beat myself up. The Lions have been great to me when we've taken them in spots this year, but I'm going to take Seattle. That game against the Bears, I really like what Rashad Penny's doing. That's one thing they do. Russell Wilson and
they're just not using him enough.
You know what the thing is? This thing's coming to an end. This is their curtain call this week. I knew it wouldn't happen against the Bears. I really believe they show up. Or the Lions too. Can we just play for some draft picks here and let Seattle have a nice going away party? Give me the Seahawks. They win this game by 8-10, Drew, and just cover the number and screw people. Detroit is going to be a heavily, heavily bet public dog, as you know, because people are like, how the hell is Seattle 7? This NFL is a tricky league, and sometimes they do the rope-a-dope in your mind. So I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Cam, it's only 59% of the public on the Lions, and I'm going to go with them because I just don't think Seattle has any right being a 7-point favorite against
I agree with you.
The NFL. And DK Metcalf, he has 1 catch for a touchdown, 44-yard touchdown, then he just don't throw to him the rest of the game.
There's a problem between him and Russell Wilson. They're obviously well, Russell Wilson is a God-loving man, and maybe DK Metcalf. I don't know. Their relationship soured somehow. They're not, but
it just
they're
made
not
no
hanging
sense.
out.
I was like, first quarter touchdown for Metcalf. He's going to have a big game. No more catches the rest of the game. Okay.
That's on Seattle's coaches, too. They have the worst coaching staff in the league. That's another problem. But this is the thing, Drew. Is this their final home game? Who's their last game of the season against? I forget.
I have to look at it. I think this is their final home game, though.
If it is, I'm taking – you know what? This is it. This is the Pete Carroll bye-bye final swan song. They get it done and find a way. If you can't beat the Lions by a touchdown there in your final game here, I think Wilson plays well. I think they put all their stuff aside for 1 week and then probably tank the last week of the season. Give me the Seahawks.
Cam, all the Lions do is cover football games, though. That's the only
I know.
They've covered 5 of their last 6. It's just, I don't know. All right, Tommy Tiebreaker. We've done enough talking.
Yes, Tom. Give us the way. Show us the way, Tom.
I was just about to say, if covering spreads determined playoff positioning, the Detroit Lions might be playing for a week of Series 1 bye here. That's how good they've been against the spread this season. I think they'll keep it close, too. They're just a gritty team. DC's not the type of coach that's going to let these guys mail it in, play for draft picks. They're already going to be picking in the top 5 anyways. They don't go for quarterback. That position isn't really going to matter to them that much where they end up. So they're going to come to play here. Seattle stinks, and Detroit covers spreads. So it's too many points. I think they probably squeak it out by 1 to 3 points. But I think I'd be a little Looney Tunes right now. Again, Cammy, no offense, but I think I'd be a little Looney Tunes.
No, I want you to
take the Seattle by a touchdown. So give me Detroit.
Cammy Looney Tunes.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think that's the Looney Tunes song, but I like it.
No, it's not. That's just my dog show song. But I'm going to say this, Drew. Okay, I just got a question, though. This is a nice experiment. What would you – if I'm throwing out this line, if I'm a bookmaker, I make it Seattle 4.5, 5.
Not even. I think you make it Seattle 3.
Why is it 7? Like I'm just saying, and I've seen this movie before.
I agree with you, but it's still. Why isn't the public 80% on Detroit? It's like people still don't like betting on Detroit for some reason,
which is insane because they're good. I'm just saying the only reason I'm taking Seattle, I'm bringing no data to the table. Like you, Drew, if I'm in a court of law with you and Tommy,
same reason we're taking the Ravens. I get it.
They're like, look at this Yahoo. I'm only betting this game because it's their last friggin' home game, and they're probably going to revamp everything because that organization is going down a toilet.
I think it's the blue and green blood in you that's just like Seattle can't lose this game.
No, I love the Lions too. Like the Lions have actually put money in our pockets. Like we bet them ATS.
Yes,
like they're a tough team. Tom's right. Like they're gritty. I just find the line very, very weird.
All right, Cam, question for you. Is this Russell Wilson's last home game as a Seahawk?
Yes, it is. I think he's done. I think New York's going to make a pitch for him with his wife, who's like in the entertainment business too. And I think the Saints, they're going to look because they have guys like. The thing is, they gave Taysom. See, New Orleans, you're so stupid. You could have got Russell Wilson and paid like anything to get him and lock him up, but you paid Taysom Hill all that money.
I think Taysom Hill's contract's like fake, though. I think they can like just get rid of it.
Can they? Well, anyway, because they got Winston for a song, right? That was basically nothing. And anyway, I think Wilson goes to the Giants or Saints. Those are my predictions, Drew. 2 teams.
Wow. And then A-Rod ends up in Seattle? You never know. I mean, Rodgers.
Pete Carroll also, too, says, like, we don't have to change everything. Yeah, Pete, but you're not going to be there when they change everything.
Yeah,
the party's over. It's been a great run. I'm still mad at that team for throwing a slant against New England in the Super Bowl. Like, I haven't shooken that off in years. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, Seattle could literally have 2 or 3 Super Bowls. I'm happy to get one. But the thing is, it's over. The party's over, but they go out with a bang this week.
The most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life, Cam, when you have beast mode back there and you need 1 yard and you decide to.
I'm at a bar, like hosting things, Drew. It was the worst. Like I went from like basically like party time, like we were. It was
you thought it was over? Ever. You thought, they're gonna walk.
Like this is so good, and then a good old Tom. I get to look at Tom Brady beat me again. Damn, God, I hate that. You guys feel the pain too. You're Bills fans. You get it.
We get it. We get it big time. All right, Cam. Up next, we got prime time Kirk Cousins, who I love to hate on against Green Bay laying 6.5 at home. This is easy for me. Kirk Cousins sucks when the lights are on, so give me Green Bay to win this game by 15-20.
I'll take Minnesota one last time, Drew, because I'm a stooge. Happy New Year, everybody. Anyway, it was horrible performance against
the Vikings beat Green Bay last time. So
that's the thing. That's why I'm kind of taking this game, and I find it interesting that the line has gone from 7 to 6.5. It's something I'm thinking about. Minnesota, too. You know what I saw last week? Green Bay, you better be careful. Teams figure it out. You can pound the rock on these guys. They're a tough team to throw on, but is Cook going to be back? He should be, right, Drew? Is Cook going to be back?
It's like 50-50 right now.
Madison is still a good back. If Minnesota has a game plan and they pound these guys, it could set up things. I'm worried about the injuries with Thielen. Jefferson's a stud. I'm going to tell you, I like Minnesota to cover in this game. They lose a divisional heartbreaker at worst by like 3 or 4, even 6. Hey, I'm getting 6.5. I'll take the Vikings.
They just haven't been playing well recently.
They haven't. You're right.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, and Green Bay wants to lock up that 1 seed at home in front of their.
But they can win, Drew. But just win by between 1 and 6.
I told you, if it wasn't prime time, I'd go Minnesota here plus 6.5 every day of the week. If this wasn't under the lights, Kirk Cousins just doesn't perform under the lights, Cam. So Tommy tiebreaker, who you going with?
I've picked Minnesota in a couple of prime times games this year and have ignored that sage advice that Drew just put out, and it's burned me. So I'm going to take Green Bay at minus 6.5 here, and we'll do a little jig over there, a little Scottish jig, me and you, Drewski.
Okay.
Yeah. By one Stewart, you're subbing in the Stewart there. Drew, put on your kilt.
Cam, can you do the Dirty Bird dance, the one that Justin Jefferson does in the end zone?
I can't. I can move a little bit, Drew. I don't know. The icky shuffle, maybe? I don't know.
The icky shuffle? Tell us your age, Cam.
You're right. I'm getting old, Drew. Very old.
All right. The last game of the week, Monday Night Football, AFC North matchup. The Steelers hosting Cam's Cleveland Browns. Cam has a lot of teams that are not playing well this season.
Hey, I took they covered the number against Green Bay.
Fair. They should have won the game outright if it wasn't for Baker Mayfield.
You're damn right they should have.
I mean, he's probably played. This is probably his second last game as a Brown. I mean, I don't think they re-up his contract.
You can't. This guy's and the fact that Baker Mayfield does commercials as one of the worst quarterbacks in the league is just shocking to me.
It's so funny.
Like progressive. Like what do you do?
Many.
You could get like anybody else. It's like, why is Baker Mayfield and Nissan? Like why are you a star? You're not. Like I watched the Heisman House. Baker Mayfield should be the guy like serving these guys drinks in like a tuxedo. Like,
and then he's posting videos with aliens, Cam.
What?
You haven't seen it? He's posting videos about seeing aliens and UFOs.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
He's seeing other teams. He's seeing aliens. He's gonna be seeing the unemployment line pretty soon, because I'll tell you, if you sign this guy, you're idiots. He's done. He's not that good. Give me Cleveland.
Oh, no way. You can't say all that and then take Cleveland.
I just don't like Pittsburgh. I don't like what I saw to the Steelers at all last week. I know the NFL's a week-to-week league and they can bounce back, but I think it's the final nail in the coffin. And another thing, Drew, is Cleveland from last year, they've beaten the crap out of Pittsburgh too.
That's one this year though. 15.
Yeah, but they have. But I'm going to tell you, Cleveland's going to take care of business this week. It's all about just Nick Chubb and if they call a smart game, they'll win this game by a touchdown plus. It's on the coaches. Don't put it in Mayfield's hands, and I'm very comfortable taking Cleveland.
Cam, this is one of my favorite picks of the week. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers. I trust Mike Tomlin to not have a losing season. He's never had one, and if he loses this game, he's on pace to have one, and I don't think that happens. I think Pittsburgh wins this game outright. I think Cleveland's done like dinner. I think this is like last week was their swan song, like see you later. They're going to lose their last 2 games. Stefanski doesn't understand. Just keep running with Chubb. Run with Chubb. And
you're right about that.
But he doesn't. So give me Pittsburgh outright, Cam. Money line play for me.
That's bold. No, Drew. I like your. We're on different sides, but I like your style. Like if Pittsburgh covers in the game, they're probably going to win outright. It's just one of those things, right? So,
and they covered as underdogs against Cleveland last time, and I was right on that side. So hopefully they do it again. All right, Tommy tiebreaker. Last game of the week for you. Who are you going with?
I think this game goes exactly the same way the first one went. It's going to be super tight, and Steelers are going to come out and win by 4. So the line's on the wrong side. And as bad as Big Ben has been this season, Baker's been just that much worse. And
way worse.
My bad. And I love Mike Tomlin. I've been saying it all season. I'm a huge fan of Mike Tomlin, as we all are, for obvious reasons. Yep. But I just think he comes in with a great game plan here and frustrates the Browns and comes out with a win. Stefanski's going to have some sort of overcomplicated game plan and terrible play designs as he does every week, and those veteran-laden Steelers defenders should have a nice day at the office. And yes, I don't know what's going to happen with Cleveland after this, but I think this is pretty much the nail in the proverbial coffin for them and this failed experiment that's
been a wasted year for Cleveland with the talent that they have on the team.
Man.
I know they've had injuries on the line. Like this is it, Drew. Like it's kind of like me. I'm going in. I got 2 bullets left. We got 2 weeks. Like if Cleveland wins both games, they got a chance. So that's why I'm taking them in this spot. But you guys said it. Like, I'm kind of scared. Pittsburgh, they might play for Tomlin. I think Cleveland has a significant edge. Like, look at their running game. How damn – it's a wicked – like, it's a – Nick Chubb – is Nick Chubb the best running back in the NFL? Is he? I think he is.
He's up there. He's up there for sure.
Well, like Dalvin Cook him and Kamara out of the backfield, but like true running back.
Jonathan Taylor's, I think, got the edge on him.
Yes, but I think Chubb's in Taylor's class. Like Chubb is awesome.
If
like,
he got as many carries, probably they just don't give him the ball.
That's a problem.
The worst is when they get first and goal from the 1 all the time. They're like, "Oh, Chubb, come on out, come on out."
The guy, and that's another thing. Like you work your way. Like that's what I've never understood. Like you're the guy who got the team down there, and yet you're putting them out. Like that's another way to get a player like pissed off. Like Chubb's just
fantasy owners of Nick Chubb, I know, are always furious.
That's me.
Yeah, he's always off the field on the first and goal and second and goal, and then it's just like, why is he off the field? Then Baker's throwing touchdowns to offensive linemen, and you're like, why?
Hey,
why are you calling this play?
Here comes Njoku. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm with you.
All right, Cam. We'll move on to best bets now. Do you want me to go first? Or you got yours ready?
Yes, please. I need time to regroup.
All right, cool. I will go Kansas City Chiefs laying 5 on the road as my gold pick. My silver pick will be Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Cleveland Browns. And my bronze will be the New Orleans Saints against the Carolina Panthers. All 3 of my best bets are on the wrong side of Cam Stewart, which is not usually a good sign. But that's what I'm feeling this week, Cam. I'm sorry.
It could be a good sign. I'm going to take bronze. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers plus 6.5. I think New Orleans shouldn't be favored by that much. I think it's nuts, actually. I'm going to make the silver pick. Oh, God, this is so hard. The Baltimore Ravens plus 3.5 against the LA Rams. There's a lot of other games I want to put. I was thinking about putting Arizona in there, but I'm going to take the Ravens at plus 3.5 with my silver. And my gold pick, Drew, we're going to be bold at the end of the year. You've been bold on a couple picks. The Cincinnati Bengals plus 5 against yours and Tom's Kansas City Chiefs. Go
Cam, 2 of your best bets are against my best bets. What's going on?
Hey,
people watching the show are like, what do I do? It's just it's all crazy.
That's up to you, people. You got to figure it out yourselves.
We'll let Tom just listen to Tom. Apparently, this week we're all over the place. So, Tom, share your best bets and tell us which one is your biggest lock, so we can bet against it.
Okay, yeah.
Tell us what your most confident play, Tom, and then give us the rest, please.
I'm not going to drop the L bomb this week, boys, because I got a little cold feet from that. 7 times I've used it and failed, so I'll learn my lesson by week 17. My bronze pick is going to be the Detroit Lions at plus 7.
Ooh, I like it.
My silver pick is the Carolina Panthers at plus 6.5. And before I tell you my gold pick, I just want to say one thing here. The NFL leading rushers during the month of December. Number 2, Jonathan Taylor with 421 yards. Number 1, Sony Michel, 423 yards.
How?
Give me the Los Angeles Rams at minus 3.5 over the struggling Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, Tom going against me. Stewart New Year defiance.
The last 3 times Tom has picked outright against us as a team, it's been straight losses. So
good. Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Bodes well for you guys.
I love you too, Tom.
We will see what happens. Besides that, enjoy your fantasy football finals. Enjoy your betting. This is the last week of real football. I mean, next week it's going to be teams resting guys and crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right, Drew. What we can do it next week? It's just we might as well have a dartboard.
Yeah, next week's rolling the dice. We'll see what happens. And let's hope Carson Wentz doesn't play for our Raiders bet. But I think even if he does, we might be in good. What am I? I don't even know the word I'm looking for. We might be better off with him playing, is what I was trying to say. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.